Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your #1 source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Quite a tough morning for UNC Tar Heels fans, and the NCAA tournament run sadly is over.
Down the stretch, more plays than us, and unfortunately we came out on the short end.
Team and fans now just left to look forward to next season after a hard-fought loss to Alabama.
And it's definitely a chilly start for us this morning. All is calm, though, as opposed to the rain we saw yesterday. A big-time warm-up on the way for the weekend. We'll talk about how high temperatures could go coming up.
It will be a busy weekend for holiday and spring break travel as you look live at RDU. Look at all those people lined up for TSA security. What's happening there and on the roads that you need to know before you head out. This is a morning crunch time there at RDU. We thank you for checking in with us before you head out. If you are planning to head out for your Easter holiday, I'm Renee Chu.
I'm Jeff Hogan. Yeah, thanks for making us part of your Friday here. It was that game. We woke up to it because it was on so late last night. Yeah, talking about crunch time. Some hopes got crunched there. We'll get to that. Full wrap-up for you straight ahead. Anthony Baglione, though, in the WRAL Severe Weather Center as we head to this holiday weekend. Temperatures going to be on the rise.
They really are going to be, yeah, especially after the rain we saw the past couple of days. It's just going to be such a nice, relaxing, calm weekend here. As far as the weather's concerned, we head outside right now. I love this shot because it just goes to show everything's nice and still, traffic moving along smoothly. That's our Southeast Wake County camera here, our WRAL tower. We talk about temperatures, though, it's going to be noticeable, I think, compared to where we woke up yesterday. You probably are going to need a coat or a jacket this morning. 40s across the triangle, 37 currently in Roxborough. We're at 38 for our southern areas there, right around Clinton. The good thing is it doesn't come with much of a wind chill factor, meaning temperatures, what you're seeing right there on this map, that's what they feel like, but it's still chilly. We go, though, for a very comfortable upper 60s this afternoon. It'll come with just a lot of sunshine, a few clouds coming through, a pretty still spring-like day for us. Then we get into Easter weekend. Of course, sunrise is right around 7:01 there Easter morning. Any of those sunrise services should be pretty calm, temperatures in the 50s, and then a big time warm up there, 80 degrees, Brian, by the time we get to 3 o'clock.
Looking good there. It is now 6:02. It is a holiday for many people, so we'll probably see pretty light traffic volume this morning. Certainly not seeing any problems right now with no crashes reported anywhere in Wake, Durham, or in Orange County. We'll take a look at some of those cameras along the way. If you're heading out to the airport from Raleigh, not picking up any problems on I-40 heading through Harrison Avenue out toward Aviation Parkway. 540 out of the north side of Raleigh also looks good heading into the RDU exits. And out of Durham, you're looking fine on 40 eastbound through downtown. No trouble showing up right now on 147.
Brian, thanks. There are still a lot of unanswered questions this morning about a shooting and police chase near a community center in Raleigh. Around 2:30 this morning, crews finished cleaning up the crash that ended the chase off Sanderford Road. Nick Perlin is live from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker outside the Raleigh Police Department for us this morning. Nick, both the suspected shooter and the person who was shot are in the hospital this morning. Walk us through what we know at this point.
Well, Renee, right now we do know that the shooting happened at the Sanderford Road Community Center, and the person, like you said, who was suspected of shooting this person, drove off, led Raleigh police on a chase, and then from there crashed his car, and then Raleigh police from there had to take him to the hospital as well. I do want to show you this video. Once again, we do know that Raleigh police responded to the shooting at around 9:30 last night, again at the Sanderford Community Center, and that we do know that the one person that was shot was taken to the hospital. Now take a look at this video. This is from the crash that I mentioned earlier. This is the suspected shooter's car, according to Raleigh police. Raleigh police say after the shooting, he ran from the scene and then drove off and then ended up crashing his car near Evers Drive. This is about a half a mile from that shooting. Now, we're still trying to learn the names of the victim and the suspect. And of course, the big thing we're still trying to learn this morning is what exactly led up to this shooting. We're still trying to learn more from Raleigh police. Once we get new information, we'll be sure to update you. Live in downtown Raleigh, Nick Perlin, WRAL News.
It is expected to be a busy weekend for travel out on the roads and in the air. This is a live look at RDU International Airport. Folks will be getting out of town for the Easter holiday weekend and for spring break trips. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is at the airport this morning with folks who will be traveling for the weekend. Need to be aware of how busy it will be. I see it behind you there, Kelsey.
Jeff, it sure is busy. So if folks are headed out to the airport this morning, you definitely need to get here early because check out the TSA security line this morning. Spring break, Easter weekend, and a solar eclipse could impact travelers here at RDU. This weekend and next week are the peak of spring travel season. The FAA is reminding travelers, give yourself extra time at the airport, especially next week. They say there could be special security measures like temporary flight restrictions on April 8th. That's because of a total solar eclipse. This could impact crowds at airports across the country. Or maybe you're hitting the road this Easter weekend. 60% of people are likely to take a road trip this year, according to a new survey from Nationwide. Law enforcement across the state are cracking down on speeding this holiday weekend. If you're hitting the road this morning, watch out for road workers.
Driving through any kind of work zone or construction zone is especially dangerous, not only for you, not only for the people who may be in the same lane or in the adjacent lane, but also people who are working, trying to repair those roads.
Definitely be safe as you're about to hit the road. And if you want any information on all things spring break travel, head to our website, WRAL.com. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live at RDU.
And if you're road tripping it, know that gas prices are rising slowly and steadily with spring break and summer vacations ahead. New numbers from AAA this morning show the national average is $3.54 a gallon. That's 22 cents more than a month ago. North Carolina's average is $3.27. That's up 12 cents from last month. Find the cheapest gas near you by searching Fuel Tracker on WRAL.com.
North Carolina owns 6 men's basketball national championships. Alabama has made it past the Sweet 16 round of the tournament once in 10 tries. Late last night, the Blue Bloods from Chapel Hill looked like they would add to their history. Armando Bacot and R.J. Davis pushed the Tar Heels out to a first-half lead. They were hanging on in this fast-paced game right until the end when the Crimson Tide scored a go-ahead basket in the last minute, finished off the upset, finished off the Heels season, 89-87. Fans who gathered on Franklin Street to watch the game were left disappointed as the team's second-half lead vanished.
I am so upset! This is not okay!
Big crowds were out in Chapel Hill last night hoping to see the Heels move on, but those dreams slipped away. Fans who have been supporting the team all season say they are still proud of the 29 wins the Heels were able to accomplish.
Yes, we're bummed. Are we going to go out and party anyways? Yes. Maybe. Do I still love my boys? Yes!
Fans are left looking forward to next year. Now WRAL's Pat Welter was with the Heels in Los Angeles. For star players like R.J. Davis and Armando Bacot, it is a bittersweet end to this season.
It wasn't just the end of a season, it was the end of an era. R.J. Davis and Armando Bacot will go down as 2 of the greatest Tar Heels ever. Their legacies filled with memorable, even iconic moments. But their last one together will be of coming up short.
The Sweet 16 is no longer sour.
Alabama beats UNC 89-87 to advance to the Elite Eight in Los Angeles. It was a game of runs. UNC keeping pace with the Crimson Tide's elite offense. Ironically, it was Bama's defense that ultimately was the difference.
Comes down to a play here and there. I've talked all season about, the little details that make big things happen, not just necessarily shots. Rebounds, free throws, loose balls. At the end of the day, they made down the stretch more plays than us, and unfortunately, we came out on the short end.
Davis and Bacot walking off the court together for the last time. A run together that includes the transition to Hubert Davis, making the national title, missing the tournament in this season of redemption. I asked RJ how this game influenced his decision to possibly come back for a 5th season. He said he's been living in the present and honestly didn't even know how to answer. He said the relationships he's had with this team go way beyond basketball. This group was special. Pat Welter, WRAL Sports, Los Angeles.
Shock is always sudden late in the game there. NC State and Duke are still alive in the tournament. The Wolfpack play Marquette in the Sweet 16 tonight, 7:09 tip-off. 30 minutes after that game ends, Duke will play top-seeded Houston. If the Wolfpack and Blue Devils both win, guess what? They get to play each other in the Elite Eight Sunday. WRAL's Chris Lee is in Dallas, and we'll have coverage of both games tonight.
Final preparations are happening right now for the Durham Rescue Mission's Easter community event. This is a live look right now as volunteers are spending their Good Friday doing good, preparing a delicious meal for others. There they are, chopping up the barbecue. The rescue mission expects to serve thousands today. The meal will include that barbecue, hot dogs, baked beans, and more. There will also be an Easter basket giveaway for kids and prize drawings as well. It all gets started at noon. Great work. In Baltimore, recovery efforts resume, searching for the bodies of 4 people still missing after the Francis Scott Key Bridge went down. We'll explain the heavy-duty equipment being brought in to help clear the wreckage.
And for a lot of folks, going on vacation is a time to relax so you can come back rejuvenated. A new trend makes unwinding the focus of the trip. Coming up, the rise in sleep tourism.
It's a colder start for us this morning. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s, about 10 to 15 degrees colder than this time yesterday. We're at 43 around the Raleigh area. Coming up here after this break, we're going to time out our Easter forecast and show you a big time warm up on the way.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Welcome back into 614 here, starting us off on this Friday morning. Of course, we have travel into the weekend, Easter, spring break, lots of activities going on. Thankfully, I can bring you a really nice calm forecast here. As far as a lack of any rainfall, we got that out of the way. Here's a look at 1 o'clock this afternoon. If you're headed out before that evening commute, I do think it's going to be pretty calm here weather-wise. Just a few clouds up to our north. You see just a little bit of some spotty areas of rain. Most of that is not going to actually reach the ground because of how dry our atmosphere is right now. But we'll go for mostly sunny skies overall, and it should continue here into the weekend. That Clipper system you see a little bit up to the north there in the Ohio Valley could bring us a light sprinkle late Sunday night into Monday morning. Otherwise, we're talking temperatures today in the 60s, 80 by the time we get to Easter, Brian.
Anthony, it's now 6:14 as we take a look at traffic. All new, a report of a crash, apparently a crash with injuries on the west side of Carborough on 54 out at Old Fayetteville Road. I'm not seeing big delays through that area just yet, but I'll watch the sensors. Have another update for you coming up in just a few minutes. Elsewhere around the triangle, we'll take a look at those major approaches into Raleigh. Not picking up any big delays on I-40 in either direction. And coming in from Wake Forest right now, only a 1-minute slowdown at some of those stoplights along southbound Capitol Boulevard. Jeff?
Today, the search for the bodies of 4 missing workers continues days after the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed in Baltimore. Massive cranes and barges will arrive today as the Army Corps of Engineers will work to reopen America's 9th busiest port. Yesterday, we got a closer look at this container ship that crashed into the bridge. That ship is crushed under a piece of steel, part of the bridge. Experts say weighs somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 tons. And that's where the cranes will be crucial because they're able to pick up 1,000 tons at a time.
A new travel craze has people booking getaways for a chance to get some rest. More and more hotels and Airbnbs are catering to this rise in sleep tourism. WRAL's Ken Smith is here now with one woman's take for her solution for getting more rest. So, Ken, what a concept, going on vacation to get sleep.
Listen, with 3 little ones at home and working an early morning shift, yes, sign me up, right? So when you think about it, when we travel and we book hotels, that's the place where we'll sleep, right? Well, more hotels are offering rooms specifically for getting a good night's sleep, which includes sleep-enhancing amenities like innovative soundproof rooms, ambient lighting, no distractions like televisions or telephones. Here's what one woman told NBC's Gotti Schwartz about her sleep vacation.
Was the rest you got on your sleep vacation worth the trip?
Honestly, when I embarked on this journey, I was expecting it not to be, and I really was surprised that I truly got some of the best sleep I had ever had.
Yeah, of course, ideally, experts say we should be getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. And with a vacation focused on sleep, you're guaranteed to get that and so much more. Coming up on today, starting at 7, a closer look at this growing craze around sleep tourism. And Renee, it's really all about people focusing on wellness and well-being.
Well, they want to feel restored, feel healthy again. Americans are sleep deprived. So do I choose a luxurious hotel bed or a hammock in an ocean breeze? Either way, Ken, 8 hours of sleep is heaven.
Oh, I know that's right.
Thanks, Ken.
From egg hunts to one tough rodeo, there are tons of family-friendly events coming up this weekend.
Let's talk about this weekend's best bets, beginning with the Durham Bulls Fan Fest today. The team is hosting this event with one session in the afternoon and another in the evening. You'll get to play catch on the field and practice batting. Admission is free, but tickets are required for entry tonight.
And tomorrow there's a community Easter egg hunt at Pullen Park in Raleigh from noon to 2 p.m. In Durham, Duke Homestead is having an egg hunt starting at 10 in the morning. First Calvary Baptist Church in Durham will have a helicopter egg drop at Rogers Herr Middle School. That's at 11.
And tomorrow, the world's toughest rodeo is in town at PNC Arena. There will be bull riding, barrel racing, and a stunt show. Before the show, families can get a behind-the-scenes tour. For more about these and other events happening this weekend, go to WRAL.com and search Out and About. And for whatever you choose to do this weekend, the weather will be gorgeous. Anthony Baglione in the WRAL Severe Weather Center, and we'll also get a lot warmer temperatures.
Yeah, it's really going to start to filter in, Renee, as we get, especially I think this afternoon and then mainly tomorrow, Easter Sunday, our Monday. Temperatures, if you take about 40 degrees and add to what we're seeing out there this morning, that's what we're going for. 80s for most of us out there. We're at 43 currently in Raleigh, 42 in Fayetteville, so it's definitely a little bit brisk to start for us. You may want to bundle up a little bit, but we take a wide view here across the region. A couple things to talk about here on this map. So the front that brought us the rainfall we had the past couple of days, that center of low pressure, kind of just the messy, dreary weather we saw, that has pushed offshore. It could be a little bit breezy for us today because the winds around that system, they rotate in a counterclockwise direction. So that'll bring in a little bit of some cooler weather just briefly for us today. The high pressure you see down to the south, it acts as a sinking mechanism in the atmosphere. So nothing can really bubble up and form thunderstorm activity. That's going to be in place here through the weekend. So if you're out and about traveling today, 72 there in Atlanta, 69 for us in Raleigh, a comfortable 77 there in Miami. Looking pretty good here across the entire eastern seaboard today. We go to the upper 60s for us this afternoon, 77 tomorrow. We have an 80-degree reading, 81 on Sunday for Easter Sunday. Winds are going to be a little bit breezy for us today, but as we head through the weekend, it shouldn't be too bad. Maybe gusts up to about 25 miles an hour overall. At the mountains, 75 there on our Saturday in Asheville, 75 in Bryson City, 65 in Boone. That goes to show you just how warm this air mass is going to be when, of course, the mountains usually are decently bit cooler than us, going to be still very comparable. 65 in Boone, maybe just about a 20% chance of a shower there into our Saturday. The beaches as well, 74 for Wilmington, upper 60s Wrightsville, 66 Nags Head. The nice thing too, like I said, it's not going to be super breezy. So even at Nags Head, we're talking winds only about 5 to 10 miles an hour. So you're not going to go out there and get necessarily sandblasted by everything blowing around. Upper 70s there on our Sunday in Wilmington, 71 Wrightsville, upper 60s in Nags Head. The general theme here, whatever you are doing the next couple of days, enjoy it. It's going to be beautiful. Pollen levels, though, will start to go up. So that's kind of our trade-off the next probably 5 to 6 days or so before we get some more rain. 81 there on our Sunday for Easter Sunday, 84 on Monday. Our next potential chance at some showers and storms comes in late Tuesday night. I do think at this point it should hold off there for the Durham Bulls home opener. We will keep you updated though as we get closer, Brian.
Anthony, it is now 6:21. Still watching this crash over on the west side of Carborough on Highway 54 out at Old Fayetteville Road. I haven't seen any big delays out there, but look out for police activity as they work to get that cleared. A lot of people heading to the airport who've been watching the live pictures of those security lines inside RDU International. As we take a live look at I-40 out at Aviation Parkway, you can see the traffic's flowing pretty well in both directions. Heading to the airport out of West Raleigh on 40 westbound, no big delays from Wade Avenue. Still looking fine on 540 westbound out of North Raleigh, and the trip out of Chapel Hill through Durham on 40 eastbound, all clear heading out to the airport exits.
Thanks, Brian. A lot of folks are going to be streaming Beyonce's new music this morning.
Coming up in What's Trending, the special guest joining her on her new country album, Cowboy Carter.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Beyonce's country album, Cowboy Carter, is out, and it includes some special guests.
I'm just excited about this. It's great. It dropped overnight. Brian Schrader here with What's Trending.
Yeah, Cowboy Carter came out on streaming services at midnight. 27 tracks, including duets with Miley Cyrus, Willie Nelson, and Post Malone. She also puts her own take on a cover of Dolly Parton's Jolene, and she turns it into a warning to a woman who wants to steal her man.
Oh, yeah, she changed the lyrics, she changed the song structure, and Dolly P knew it was coming as well. She makes a couple of cameos on this record as well. I mean, there's a bunch of star power on this thing.
Ooh, can't wait to hear that version of Jolene.
Yeah, I heard it last night. It's good. It's interesting.
Warning.
All right, Brian's stamp of approval and
right.
Dolly P's.
That's right.
Yeah, Dolly P.
Dolly counts for a lot more. A new star-studded Netflix movie may have you saying, "What's the deal with Pop-Tarts?"
3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Yes, Unfrosted is Jerry Seinfeld's feature directorial debut. It showcases the history of the creation of the Pop-Tart. Melissa McCarthy, Jim Gaffigan, and Amy Schumer in the cast. Comes out in May.
And Jerry Seinfeld has been thinking about Pop-Tarts for a long time, like for a decade or so. He and his friend, who's the co-writer on this, they've been joking, let's make a movie about Pop-Tarts. And then during the pandemic, they're like, okay, let's really do this. Let's write a movie about Pop-Tarts. And here it is. And for the record, Jerry Seinfeld's favorite Pop-Tart is brown sugar cinnamon, and he likes it toasted.
Okay, not unfrosted. All right. Brian, thanks.
A shooting at Sanford Community Center left one injured and the suspected shooter leading Raleigh police on a chase. Coming up, I'll tell you what we're still trying to learn from law enforcement about the shooting.
And we have about 40 minutes here until the sun officially comes up, but already being treated to some really nice pictures across the area. There's a live look right now in Roxborough. We're going to time out if this nice weather continues into our Easter weekend coming up.
And it's all quiet now on Franklin Street in Chapel Hill. There is no celebration. There was none in sight last night. UNC is out of the NCAA tournament. They fell in the Sweet 16. We will check in with fans and players after that disappointing loss.